Hi, this is Pat Walker at Mission Winners. Doing a video recap, overview of the ETFs. And you said, why do we do this? Here's a fact. It's not an opinion. Leading groups produce leading stocks. And leading stocks, by and large, are in leading groups. So by looking at the ETFs quickly, scanning them a couple of times a day, just looking at the daily and the weekly, no 5-minute stuff, you can see trends that can guide you to either be involved in a sector or not involved in a sector. It'll really help you. We never argue with the markets. So let's just take it from the top. This is in alphabetical order. It is not sorted by preference, just alphabetical order. Here we go. Biotechnology, moving up, going sideways. See, that's nice. Look at this. Possibly it'll take across these tops right here. The beautiful thing about a biotech ETF is you don't have the risk of an individual stock because they're great when they're working, and they are one of the worst things that can ever happen to you when things fall apart. And they fall apart in a matter of minutes. So here's a biotech ETF basing nicely. Next one for us. Cloud computing lost a little bit of power right here. What's the plus here? We're really big at Mission Winners on studying bars, price bars, and analysis of them. Went up, fell on heavy volume the first bar. Each bar has decreasing volume. Started to pick up off the 50-day on a pickup in volume. Support at the 50-day. Will it continue? We don't know the future, but at this moment, it has support on the 50-day. The IBD 50 just going sideways. And this is a decent proxy for the leading, the leading stocks. Down on heavy volume here, though, and down on heavy. This is heavy volume selling, so we'll watch it. But what's the trend, folks? The trend is still up. Don't forecast tops, don't forecast bottoms. Let price and volume tell you what you do in relation to moving averages. This one, I've got it written here. This ETF, folks, focuses on the maxlist stocks, basically. And here it is just going sideways, and it's been acting fine. It's still above the rising 8-day. Gold miners lost a little bit of luster here. Notice this bar. Notice the volume on that bar. Now, it's still above the rising 50-day, but that was some serious selling. That's the heaviest selling it's had in a month and a half. Right here, maybe 2 months. In fact, yeah, how about all the way back to April? So anyway, just something to consider, but it's had a good run. Junior gold miners fell on heavy volume, still above the 50-day, all right? Not forecasting a top, but it lost a little bit of power. Gold lost a little bit of power right there too, still above on the 21 EMA, but that was a big gap down on heavy volume, folks. That wasn't mom and dad selling, that's serious. Things to be aware of. Biotechnology, another biotechnology ETF, just lost a little bit of leadership, really nothing special there. It's below the 50-day. We'll have to watch it and see what happens. Heavy down volume on this bar, heavy down volume on this bar, heavy down volume on that bar, although it didn't close that bad on that bar. But you've got a couple of down volume bars that are fairly heavy. Technology, IGV Tech, just going sideways. Technology's been leading. It's fine, above the moving averages. Don't want to see it lose the 50-day. Don't have to overthink it. Home builders, grinding up. As I said last week, and I'll say it again, if you watch the news, it looks like the end of the world in the United States. With COVID-19 and everything going on, with the tensions, and things like this, the protesting, the violence, which is not a solution. I love this quote from Isaac Asimov. Violence is the last refuge of the incompetent, and it doesn't solve anything. Now, I'm not disputing anybody's cause. That's not the issue. It's just that the methodology is conducive to moving forward with things. All the kinds of stuff to think about. Here we go, home builder ETF. What's the trend? Moving up. If you watch the news, you'd say, it's the end of the world in the United States. It's the end of the world in the world. And the home builder ETF's at all-time highs. I discussed that last week too. Small caps hanging in there. Nice to see. What did I say a couple weeks ago? Perhaps the rally's spreading out. Mid cap hanging in there. As I stated before, small cap, mid cap starting to pick up. What does that indicate? The rally's picking up, or spreading out. Oil services still below the 200-day. There's nothing special there. Software has been a real leader. We've been involved in software for a long time here. It's hanging in there right on the 21 EMA. No big deal. NASDAQ 100, folks. Is that just sweet potato pie? We've been involved with this. It's just going sideways. See how the bar mark takes out that bar? Potential buy. QQQ, same thing as QLD. Cloud computing has had a really good run. Lost a little bit of luster. Bounced off the 50-day. Not the greatest close, but it did close up. Make sure it doesn't lose the 50-day. It's been a great group. Silver lifted up nicely. Just like this. Kind of a defensive play. Steel. You need steel to build things, and it's hanging in really good, isn't it? So when they all talk about everybody, the world is ending, just watch the ETFs. I think it'll really help you. That's why I do this, by the way, is to guide our tactics and our thought processes. SMH, technology, semiconductors, looks fine. Spiders, near highs, fine. SSO, we've been in SSO, we're in SSO. It's been leading. That's why we're in it. Trending, just let it work. Solar, had a good run. Had a really good run. Still leading, still fine. What does that tell you? Well, solar stocks are good. I got to consider those. There you go. Small cap, TNA leveraged, hanging in there. That's nice to see. Shows the rally spreading out. Aerospace still below the falling 200-day. There's nothing there. Biotechnology, another biotechnology ETF, really nothing there. Home builders, there's the case in point I discussed the last couple of weeks. If the world's falling apart, why are the home builders doing so well? Something to consider. By the way, when I say this, please don't think that, oh, Patrick's the eternal bull. No, I'm just looking at what's happening. Just observing what's happening, that's all. It's like saying, oh, it's raining outside. Doesn't mean we're negative. It's just an observation. It's raining outside. Or it's sunny outside. Oh, Patrick's always optimistic. No, it's just sunny. That's all. But materials used in construction, doing fine. Communications, hanging in nicely. That's good. Energy, this is the 200-day here. Is there anything to really do with energy? No. Financials below the 200-day, would be nice to see this lift over the 200-day. Nothing there. Industrials, hanging in there. Nice to see. Pushed above the 200-day and some volume pickup. Industrial, the economy. Technology, check this out. Think this is why we've been involved with technology this whole time? It's been leading. That's sweet. Consumer staples, going on up. Again, consider, all the news is really bad in the consumer sector, right? With the shutdown and everything like that. Well, the consumer sector looks like it's doing all right. Utilities, really nothing there, move on. Healthcare, hanging in there, COVID related, looks good, fine, no problems. Consumer discretionary spending. Things are awful, nobody's buying anything. Well, this is telling a different story, isn't it? Look at that. There's the weekly. That's why I look at charts. That's why I do this too, to help you. Metals and mining, hanging in there. Nice to see, related to silver, gold. Retailing. I show this. Folks, I want to show you something. This is close to all-time highs. Something to consider. Software, weekly, looks fine. Here's the daily. Hey, grinding up nice. There's the ETFs. This is an 8.5-minute video. If I wasn't talking, or if you did this on your own, you can get this done in 2 to 2.5 minutes, and you have a great idea what to focus on, what to avoid. Isn't that what you want to do? Systematize. It works. So anyway, it's what we do at Mission Winners, and it guides us. Guides us to where the money's going to be made, and it also areas to avoid. And both things help us win. I hope this helps you, and I hope you're having a good weekend, and I thank you.
Thank you for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit like. Maybe hit that subscribe button. We come up with new content nearly every day. Also, check out the videos on the right. YouTube recommends the one on the top, and the bottom one is something we thought you might enjoy. See you next time.